The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Bull Bear Binary Option Hour. Brought to you by Nadex. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044. Now, Tom and Tommy O'Brien.
Welcome, folks. Appreciate you growling and prowling with us out here. Right now, we have the Dow Industrials down 186. Get the Nasdaq up 1. S&Ps are off 12. Gold contracts up 250, trading at 13.09. We have silver flat, $16.56. Light sweet crude off $1, $67.27. Notes and bonds. You get the 10-year note up 2, 120.21. 30-year bond up 13, 145.27. King dollar down to 60 ticks, trading 94.055. The euro is at 116.61 to 1 U.S. dollar. Yen is at 108 to 1 U.S. dollar. I heard Kevin Hinks is buying a lot of GM cars.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Is that because they're going to be self-driving with the assist of SoftBank over there?
I think so, man. I think so. Let's go over to our Mr. Kevin Hinks at TD Ameritrade Thinkorswim. Don't forget, folks, you want to understand option strategies, future strategies, every trading day right here, 11 to 12 Eastern Standard Time. Kevin and his team got a great show. If you haven't test-driven yet the Thinkorswim platform, just come to our website at TFNN, hit the banner, bring it up. They'll allow you to trade with paper money each and every day. Kevin Hinks, what's going on?
Good morning, Mr. O'Brien. I heard rumors you were in my town yesterday.
I was in your town. I was on your network, the TD Ameritrade Network.
Live in studio,
It was a great, what a great setup you guys got there. Oh, my God.
Yeah, you know what? It's a fun place. There's a lot of things changing here with that, and you were waist deep in it yesterday.
I was, and you know what's amazing? I mean, we've been doing business a long time, so yeah. I remember when swim lessons actually started. When you walk in, folks, there's a little tiny room. That's where swim lessons actually started. And if you walk in now, this is like walking into CBS.
Content is king, baby.
Oh, my God. It's huge. And then Ryan's telling me, of course, that you guys are busting through the other wall. Yeah, it's pretty cool, man. Right.
Yeah, there's a lot of changes going on as we adapt to giving TD Ameritrade clients, a full-service, basically television station.
Oh, for sure. For sure. Your newsroom is a mind-blower, man. I mean, that in itself was...
No, you were texting me what was going on. I said it makes sense, right? To do live news all day, man. You need some content.
You need a lot of content.
Sure.
With no politics.
Right.
Right. All trading news all day, no politics.
I like it, man. Right. That's the way to do it. That's what everybody wants, man. It is.
I think so. That's the business we're in, man.
Totally.
You know what I mean?
Get the politics out of it, man. There's enough of that everywhere. Seriously, I just want market action, right?
We want market action. Yeah. We want to know what the strategies are.
Market action, man. Down 400, up 300.
Tommy, if I can't make money trading off it, what do I care?
Right.
Yeah.
You can find that stuff, to put it lightly, anywhere, right? I mean, seriously, it's overabundant. So, right, for sure.
Yeah. I need to make a trading decision off this information. That's what we try to do. Give you everything that you need for this trading day. Why is this market moving and what's making it move? Like today, you get a personal income and outlay number came out at 7:30, but embedded in that number was the PCE price index. Right. Such a vital part of that number. And what the Fed looks at. So the key inflation number that came out of that wasn't necessarily the personal income number, but it was the PCE inflated. The personal consumption expenditures.
Right. And it's intriguing. Like yesterday, Kevin, when I was on your network, we were talking about okay, what's wrong with the banks? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's intriguing. So even this morning, I come out and says, wow, okay, now Deutsche Bank is having a tough time.
Timely conversation.
Yeah, and it's like, hold it, man. Who is holding? Who's the counterparty risk? And maybe that's it. I mean, you don't know. Do you know what I mean? It's like, okay, because what has happened, folks, is that, when interest rates are going up, that the banks made a fortune. When they come out with their numbers, they had the best numbers they've ever had, and the banks sold off. Sure. It's like, okay, what's really going on here? Do you know what I mean? So... the whole thing is intriguing, man. There's so many moving pieces.
Right, exactly right. And there's there's a little bit of uncertainty creeping into the market today because why? Mainstream media making headlines saying trade war. Full-blown trade war.
Right.
We're going to, and that's not what it is.
Right.
And traders, you have to be able to rule out that noise and focus on what's real in this market, which is earnings and which is things like that. So, you know, other financial stations are screaming trade war.
Listen, I'll give you, and I don't want to hammer any stations in particular, but I'm going to hammer CNBC right now.
Yep.
Because yesterday, this would end up happening, folks, is that they had a headline. So picture, I was in Kevin's office yesterday, right before I'm going there at 6 o'clock in the morning. There's a headline coming across that mortgage applications are down even though interest rates went down. And I'm looking at that. Well, guess what, folks? When they get the mortgage rates, okay, they're talking about the rates that were last week. Okay, that's what they have. Well, the interest rate only went down on Monday.
Sure.
Okay, the interest rates have been going up for 6 months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, so I looked at that. I says, okay, this makes 0 sense. You know, but it's intriguing that, you know, normally the flaws aren't that big.
Yeah.
That was a very large flaw. I thought that, you know, listen, man, you better really look at numbers when you have your own bread up. That's the bottom line. You know?
And their headline today, Tom, is talking about trade war, trade war, trade war, trade war.
Yeah.
That's all they're reporting so far this morning. And that's not what you need to know if you're trading this market right now.
Right. No, listen, you know what blows my mind? I was actually just looking at Micron, you know, and it's amazing, you know, the broker-dealer community, when they downgrade something, you know, Morgan Stanley downgraded Micron. It was at a high yesterday, and they just it pulled back like $4. It's like, wow, man, that was quick.
Some of these analysts are so bright. I mean, they spend so much time, right? They sit on those conference calls. They dig into the numbers. They look at their books. They have some of them, you know, and each analyst is their own. Some are respected, I'm sure some aren't. But when people who are respected come out with saying, listen, I have spent the time on this stock, and it is not, you know, that type of, it should matter sometimes. But it is intriguing. That's a huge move on Micron.
It is. It is.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, my God.
Yeah.
So, hey, what are we going to be talking about today?
Today's going to be at one of those special shows because I want you to think about this, Tom. 750,000 people log into Thinkorswim every day.
Wow.
Okay?
Love it.
40% of those now log into mobile.
Yes.
Right?
Wow.
Based on a mobile tablet, and 25% of the trades come from mobile. John Hart is coming in the studio. He's going to give a mobile presentation for those people that do it already. They can learn more, and maybe for those people that don't do it, can learn something about how to trade on your mobile device.
Those are amazing statistics, man. I mean, I know mobile's taken over, but for trading, for that's amazing.
Growing really fast.
Kevin, I use it. I think, you know, you have an incredible platform anyway. But what happens is that, when, I mean, I'm normally trading the same thing all the time anyway. So bottom line, I know where it is at night and the daytime because it's right in front of you. I mean, it's so clear.
No, that's the future. The future is phones, it's tablets. It's not sitting in front of your big desktop computer. You know, it's just a matter of making it as easy as possible. And the Thinkorswim platform is outstanding. It's just, those are hundreds of thousands of people, man. I mean, that's amazing. It is.
No doubt. Folks, right here, 11 to 12 Eastern Standard Time. And if you haven't test-driven the platform in general, get over there and do it. And if you are on the platform, check out the mobile, because the mobile's insane.
Yeah,
it really is.
I got the app on my phone, man, for sure.
Cookin' brother, you have a great one, a safe one. Of course, we look forward to the show in 45 minutes.
Thanks for having me on, guys.
Thanks, Kevin. Stay right there, folks. Tommy and I are coming right back. We have the Dow right now down 165. Nasdaq's up 6. S&Ps are down 8.5. Coming right back.
Larry Pesavento has just started his brand new service, Fibonacci 24/7, and he's already delivering content to his subscribers on a daily basis when the market's opened and even on weekends. Each Monday, you'll receive Larry's written report that provides detailed commentary and a summary on the charts and videos that Larry sends out. And throughout the week, when warranted, Larry will send out via charts or videos or both the key markets that he is watching during the day. This will be up-to-the-date, active trading information that will help you in your daily trading. In Larry's first week alone, he sent out 25 charts, 6 videos, and a full report to his subscribers in just 1 week. If you're a technical trader that uses patterns and retracements to trade, then Larry's service Fibonacci 24/7 is something that you must try. Right now, new subscribers can get a full 30-day money-back guarantee. With nothing to risk, sign up now to Larry Pesavento's Fibonacci 24/7 by visiting the front page of TFNN.com under Trading Newsletters.
platinum, grains, crude oil, gold, copper, cattle, hogs, gasoline, natural gas, coffee, cotton, cocoa, and sugar. These are just some of the commodities mentioned in the most recent issue of Andy Hecht's Techno-Mental Commodity Report. Andy publishes his weekly newsletter every Thursday morning, where he breaks down the commodity market and provides his subscribers with specific trading recommendations based on his trading methodology. By signing up for a free trial to the Techno-Mental Commodity Report, you'll get a full 30 days to try out this powerful newsletter service and see for yourself the types of trades Andy has recommended for his subscribers. When you sign up for a 30-day free trial, you're under no obligation to pay anything. And should you decide to continue, you will lock in the low rate of only $79 a month. Sign up right now for the Techno-Mental Commodity Report and make sure you're ready to catch the next big trade in commodities. For more information and to get started today, visit the front page of TFNN.com.
You know what's cool? Taking something that's good for you. Something specifically formulated to help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Nico, our hunter and gatherer ancestors found all their nutritional requirements for health in their wild environment. But today, our food sources no longer contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients our bodies need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, soil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty, and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated fulvic and humic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They have been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, life cannot exist without them.
That's right, Paige. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge, formulated and approved by Nico and Paige of Living a Primal Lifestyle. Buy it today for just $89. Click on the Primal Edge banner on the front page of TFNN.com. We take your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Welcome back, folks. Dow right now down 163. Nasdaq up 8. S&Ps are off 8.5. And if we do go over to GM, we take a look. I mean, to move GM 10% is pretty intense.
That is, man.
It
only takes a couple $1 billion.
Exactly. You know, you got 1.4 billion shares outstanding.
Yeah. I mean, the market cap, though, is only $59 billion. They have a $2.5 billion investment. I mean, that's like 4% of the company, right? I mean, that's a huge stake.
Yep.
And we'll go over it. So, SoftBank. Do we know who they are?
Yeah,
they're a player,
seriously.
right? Quite a player across the board. It's almost like every single deal they're either interested in, talked about, especially when you talk about cutting-edge technology, and that's where, so they just didn't invest in, and I'm just going to jump back because I had the article up. They just didn't invest in GM. They invested in the automaker's self-driving vehicles. So,
autonomous vehicle unit.
Yeah. And so GM is also making a fresh $1.1 billion invest into GM Cruise Holdings, and maybe that's their unit, right?
Yeah.
So GM Cruise will remain a GM unit, but SoftBank will own just under 20% of the company. So SoftBank doesn't want GM. They want the future of GM.
Right.
Isn't that interesting? You know, and guess what? That's probably where the future is in terms of GM knows it as well.
Oh, yeah.
GM having 80% of that unit alone is probably advantageous for them. So pretty remarkable when you look at that, and then just to jump over to what the stock is doing, right? I mean, kaboom, man. Up almost 12%, and that news coming out, I guess, right at 7:30 in the morning, because that's when it started rocking and rolling. Pretty big, and it's remarkable to just even try and think about where the future's going to be, man. I mean,
I know.
Uber, right? That's all they care about. You got Google with self-driving cars. GM is going to get there as well. I mean, nobody's going to be driving, man, in the future. It's going to be straight out of, you know, Minority Report, where we're just sitting in automated cars, driving around. And
there's no doubt.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why, I mean, one of the main reasons that Uber's valuation is so high, private valuation, is that they're not thinking about the drivers. They're thinking about 10 years from now, no drivers.
Right, exactly.
You know, and bottom line, there goes
no drivers and no pilots for their flying cars, right? I mean, seriously, that's where it's right there, man. I mean, it's you know, it's science fiction is right here. It's on the forefront.
Wild. So they're all going to need gas, but different kind of gas we're talking now.
That's right.
Natural gas, right?
So it's Thursday. We get the EIA inventory numbers every Thursday at 10:30 Eastern Time. What's interesting about this week is we have the Monday holiday. Usually we get oil numbers at 10:30 on Wednesdays. when we have a Monday holiday, usually we get oil pushed back until 11 a.m. Eastern Time on Thursday. Natural gas stays the same. So we're actually going to get two numbers today. We'll be live on the air for the natural gas numbers. We'll get those at 10:30. And, man, quite an acceleration. We've had some volatility. We were looking at this chart during the break. So even since this morning, since in the last 2 hours, we went from 290 up to almost 297. We're at about 295 right now. And just to see the type of volatility before we dig into the trades, Tuesday early morning, check out that run, right? Up from 298 all the way down to 286 from Tuesday at about 7 in the morning till about noon. That is quite an acceleration to the downside. So we've had some moves, and let's jump in to see what we have. So we're going to look at setting up a volatility trade with the EIA numbers coming out at 10:30 in about 8 minutes from right now.
Yes.
And so jumping over, here's the ones that expire at 11 a.m. So here's our 295 to 315.
It's good, right? 295
and we're trading right at 295 right now. So 295 here is going to be our bullish spread. 295 to the downside being our bearish spread. And what's nice is, like you said, we're trading basically right at 295 right now. So there's not going to be much intrinsic value in here, which is nice. You're not going to have to pay for that. Now, what's intriguing right away is that this is a large bid-offer spread as opposed to usual.
Oh, yeah.
Okay? You see what we're doing here? I mean, this is almost a 25-tick spread.
Right.
That's the stuff that you want to get used to. You know, download the demo account, get over here, because that's a relatively large spread in light of, you know, in terms of if you're selling it, you know, you're receiving $1. If you want to buy it, you're putting up 24. So something's going on in these 11 a.m. So with that in regard, let's jump to the noons, all right? Noons are going to have the same exact price points, as in 295 up to 315 and 295 down to 275. And here we go.
Now you're talking a seven ticks.
So here's, you know, and that's where we stress it. You want to get used to these. You can't just jump in on day one. You know, you want to be acclimated to what's normal, so that you can see that when a red flag should pop up in the market. So this is even better. We'll have till noon. We're trading basically at 295. There's our bullish spread. There's our bearish spread. And so we're looking at about $25, which would be about 2.5 pennies away from 295. So your break even becomes about 297.5 down to
we've had 5 penny movement this morning.
Right. And
which is pretty cool.
You only need 2.5 pennies, right, to break even.
Right.
Excuse me. And that's in either direction, too. You know, we always stress, if you're just bullish or bearish, I mean, this trade, you cut it in half, basically. You want to be bullish or bearish from either side. You're only putting up less than a penny and a half, which is nice.
Right.
Because really, we've seen you get the pop in your direction. So, yeah, it's 10.24 right now. We're trading literally at 295. There's your bullish spread. There's your bearish. So we're looking at about $25, 2.5 pennies.
Sweet.
We'll see where those numbers come out at 10:30 and see how that market reacts.
You gotta love it, man.
Gotta love it.
Here, let's pull up. Can I just pull up the...
Let me pull back up that Bloomberg for you. There you go. Go for it.
If I bring this over, let's see where we're at. Look at that. Whoa, baby. Oh, interesting. So, you know, we were here 2 days ago.
And that's right. That's why I pulled it up. You want to have some relative basis of where we've been, right? And that's why. So I pulled up that this morning we went from 290 to 295. Yes. But I just want to show that back on Tuesday, man, that is quite a move. 298 down to 286 in the span of 5 hours. To basically open our trading. That's Tuesday morning after the long weekend, right? And you know what was going on, man, but they were selling natural gas.
So listen to this, folks. This is what's pretty amazing. That's a $1,200 move in the futures market.
Oh, I bet. I mean, just percentage-wise, right? I mean, you know, one hour you're paying 298. 5 hours later, you're paying 286.
Totally.
Yeah.
It's pretty amazing. And that's one of the main reasons, too. You know, if you're going to trade these, you want to trade in the Nadex market because at $1,200
there, right?
Yeah, defined, you know, risk. Defined risk is totally where it's at.
Definitely. You know? So we'll see. We got about 5 minutes till those numbers come out. It'll be interesting to see how that market reacts.
Let's go see why people aren't trading at the, why people buying at the dollar store. You want to see something? Yeah. The dollar store is getting toasted here. It's down $11.50. And what you're going to see is going after a high volume low, man. The thing was just sticking out here like a sore thumb.
Going after it. It's got it, man.
Yeah. 86, 85. It's blowing it away. And, you know, we'll see whether we get the volume. If we get the volume, it's a monster ABC down. Let me put this on a weekly.
Pretty interesting across the retail. I mean, at one point, almost like probably 6 months, a year ago, we were seeing the discounters really taking off,
making all the money.
And now it seems like the premium brands. You had Movado doing well. You had Kors doing well yesterday. Michael Kors. I mean, it's just across the board, right?
There's no doubt. Yeah. Well, what's intriguing, I was reading this article about the millenniums in China.
Okay,
and
millennials?
Yeah, millennials in China.
Okay.
Bottom line, they'll take their whole paycheck. It doesn't matter. They need some great stuff right now, and you know
you're talking about like premium.
Yes, all
luxury,
premium, premium, everything. It does. You know, they wait for their paycheck. Bottom line, do it. And, you know, that makes sense.
Sounds a little bit like the millennials here, too.
No, totally.
You know what I mean? I mean, they love spending cash, credit card debts up the wazoo, right?
If you have, you know, you're young like that, I mean...
Right. You like nice things.
It's better if you do it when you're young than old, folks, because then you get used to, you better not blow all your money.
Right. No, it's easier to spend money when you're young. You can always make more money, right?
Yeah. To stay with your parents.
There you go, Jesus, right?
Stay right there, folks. Tommy and I coming right back. We have the Dow down $1.90. NASDAQ is flat. S&Ps are off 10. We'll come right back. Today, it's hard to tell if the economy is coming or going. Regardless, I want my money going in the direction I choose. If that's your stance as well, then you want to know how Everbank can help keep your money thriving just the way you want. Is growing your money a priority? Everbank is committed to a yield pledge promise to pay high yields on your checking, money market, and CD balances. Looking to diversify? Everbank ingeniously developed accessible ways to spread your money around the world into foreign currencies and even non-FDIC insured metals. And when it comes to your wealth, they bring a highly experienced and global perspective to help you manage it. Everbank's financial philosophy flies in the face of the status quo. They believe your money's performance should not be determined by today's economic circumstances, but by the drive to rise above them and create opportunities that favor your objectives. If that excites you, like it does me, call 1-855-750-4051 to find out what they can do for you. That's 1-855-750-4051. Call them today. Everbank is a member FDIC and equal housing lender. Hi folks, Tom O'Brien here. If you'd like to get my daily newsletter, Market Insights, then now is a great time to sign up for a 30-day free trial. Every morning by 9:30, I send out my morning letter to subscribers with market commentary on a variety of markets, currencies, and commodities to keep investors up to date on the day's trading action. Included in Market Insights are specific buy and sell recommendations for stocks, ETFs, and even options, with stops and price targets included for every trade in my newsletter. If you'd like to try my newsletter risk-free for 30 days, then head over to the front page of TFNN and you'll find Market Insights under Trading Newsletters. I use my years of trading experience to bisect and dissect the market every morning and give my subscribers the most important information they need to know for the day ahead. I even issue afternoon updates for my subscribers whenever warranted with important market action. I'm always scouring the market for the next great trading opportunity. Sign up for your 30-day free trial to my daily newsletter, Market Insights, today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Wow! Go get them, folks.
Many of our new listeners have heard about The Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive The Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on The Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com. Tiger TV is an exciting way to experience TFNN programming. See high-definition video, giving you crystal clear charts, as well as seeing some of the faces of TFNN's highly acclaimed financial experts with crisp, full-fidelity sound. Catch Tom O'Brien, John Logan, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, Larry Pesavento, Thinkorswim, David White, Andy Hecht, and Daryl Martin in crystal clear, high-definition audio and video. Tiger TV, exclusively at TFNN.com. This segment is brought to you by Thinkorswim. For more information, just click the Thinkorswim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. So EIA U.S. natural gas stockpiles rose 96 BCF
Yeah, expectation was looking at about 101, so pretty close to in line of the expectations. And jump back to the Nadex platform. What's going on with this market?
Look at that.
A little pop for sure. Little, not too little. We're up 3.2 pennies about. We're trading at 295, trading at 298.1. So we're saying this trade, you only need 2.5 pennies.
2.5.
Yeah.
Right.
And so all the value right now would be in your bullish spread, right? You're above 295. If you were making both legs of this trade, there's the market. And so right now you'd be able to kind of reclaim all of your investment if you wanted to. You could let it ride. If you were somewhat bearish, maybe the news wasn't what you thought it would be. We always talk about the potential. You could close out your bullish spread. You would still remain active in the bearish spread. So if you proceed to trade under 295 by noon, and we know that that's a possibility,
sure,
that position would remain active.
And it's nice that you get to noon here too.
Right. Yes. You got, we're 1 minute into the 90 minutes left in these spreads.
And what's intriguing, folks, is that we've had the high volatility the last 2 days inside natural gas.
Definitely. And we were talking about during the break, maybe that has something to do with that Alberto, right?
Yes.
We're in Florida.
Gulf of Mexico has all the natural gas.
Yeah, and it didn't seem like that was as bad, at least in the Tampa area where we are, as they had forecasted.
Right.
In terms of over the weekend. Sunday was pretty nice. There was a huge concert in Tampa on Sunday. They actually canceled it, and then it was beautiful. That was a big problem. Monday was beautiful as well.
Right.
So maybe that price was kind of inflated, and then Tuesday we saw that pullback from 298 down to like 286. So we've had some volatility. We're climbing higher.
And you're getting some price spread in that, baby. Look at that.
That is just quite a jump, especially when not too big of a difference from the expectation.
Only 3.
Yeah, it was
BCF,
100 billion cubic feet, came in at like 96. So
pretty wild.
We'll check back in during the hour for sure.
Gotta love it.
Definitely, man. Pull this over for you.
Yeah, if we go to let's go to Dollar Tree for a second, because so that baby's down $11.25, $11.25. You bring this back, and you're going to see there's a little disaster here that, you once you get back inside the 96, it's like, okay, you game to probably like 76. That 76 is the high of the low that was established out here in 2017.
Yeah, about a year ago. I mean, pretty close. We're today's final day of May, right? We're coming into June 1st tomorrow, and that's June 16th. Yeah.
Yeah. Now another one that our man, Mr. Larry Pesavento, has been on forever, is Deutsche Bank.
A lot of people have been on this one, man.
No,
I hear you.
No
yes, but they have been in trouble for a while, and it just keeps getting worse. And so the news today was that their U.S. subsidiary, that was the designation. But I mean, it was designated by the FDIC as basically, unstable, can collapse at any time.
Right.
And yeah, it's down. Yeah.
So this is going on. If you want to see these high volume lows and highs, bottom line takes a while to get there, but it's crazy. Every time this happens, it's like, man, they're like magnets, man. So the high of the low of 2016 was 1185. The low is 998. Now, once you get into the 1185, which you're into by $1.15, your probability is going to the low, which is 988.
Sure.
Now, the real problem is, and that's after having a counter trend bounce up to 20. So it's almost went up 100%.
Oh, it did, right?
Yeah.
No, I agree. Yeah.
Okay. When you see something like this, what tends to happen is that when we're saying to Kevin Hinks, the banks, it seemed like, I say, why would the banks, why did they, number one, come down so hard after they come up with great numbers? And what we don't know, folks, is that, when they came down, I think the market was looking at how much debt do they own in Italy and Spain.
Okay.
Okay? What may be happening here
you're
also...
Just talking about on Tuesday,
yes,
right?
Exactly. Yeah. What may be also happening is that banks trade with each other, and the counterparty risk is huge.
Sure.
And it's he or she is stuck with paper at the end of the day. And so I expect what you're probably seeing out here, and this is what brought Lehman down in the U.S., folks, is that let's picture that you're all CFOs of these banks, and then you're waking up and you're saying, okay, how much debt do we have? How much and then get rid of it. I don't care what it is, and you're not going to do business with them.
Can you imagine being in those risk boardrooms on Tuesday, right?
Huge.
Big time conversations, yeah.
Huge. I mean, and there were big losses. I saw one fund that lost 50%, and this fund was not, a fund that basically loses money. They were up 9%, They had taken a lot of risks, though. One of the main reasons, they were one of the largest funds at the beginning of the year, up 9%, because they took on so much debt from Italy.
Sure, right.
And
in both ways.
And in 2 days, they were down 50%, 5-0. And they're claiming, well, the article claimed that they closed the position. But, you know, this is where it always seems, it's a couple weeks after you get moves like this that you find out who was where.
Sure.
And it's because they have to basically either close the position, disclose the position to their investors. You know, there's a lot of different things that are out there. But bottom line is that a few problems in paradise.
Oof, for sure. How about oil? Let's jump to oil because
we're 11 o'clock.
We're going to get the oil numbers at 11 o'clock, which should be interesting.
So we have crude right now at 67.18.
Talk about some volatility, man.
Yeah. And that came down hard. It looks like it's almost rejecting lower price right now. Yeah, look at that. It came down hard Monday. Tuesday. Okay.
Yeah.
You know, right now it's and right at support. I mean, well, 64, 65 bucks, and it went to 65.80.
Yeah.
So and what happens there, folks? That's coming out at 11 o'clock, and bottom line is that you could turn around and set up a volatility trade on that if you want to get out to the dailies in the afternoon. You get 2:30s,
yeah,
you got the 12, you get the noons.
There's a lot of,
right.
Let's just jump over to it real quick since, and just checking back. So
look at natural gas.
Natural gas, just kind of hanging, 298, that's where we were, right? 298, so still a good 3+ pennies above where we're trading at. But to jump over to, we'll go into crude oil. We're looking at the spreads, and let's take a look at maybe some of those. So yeah, I'll have to refresh. I don't have these noon expirations up yet, but even on the daily, trading 67.15 right now, you have potential with 67.50, so you'd have a little bit of intrinsic value to the bearish side. But man, what always gets interesting in these, right, is that if you're looking for a big pop on these numbers,
right.
And I'm just going to pull up even a directional one, kind of an out of the money, because you're about 35 cents out of the money right now, right? We're 67.15, call it.
Yeah.
We start gaining value at 67.50 up to 70.50, but talk about affordable trade with where you've been in the market. I mean, you're only putting up 16 pennies. You need 67.66. And this could easily run to 68 today. We were just there, right? I mean,
right.
When you're getting that type of volatility, they're intriguing trades. But we'll see. It's nice getting two numbers in one day within a half hour if you're a commodities trader especially.
Yeah, there's no doubt. Let's go over and take a look at the gold market. So let's see. What do I got here? And what you're going to see out here this morning, gold has done the same thing 2 days in a row, and I was watching this.
Right in the middle there, 21.
Thank you. I was watching how this was trading out, and when you see this, they slammed it down yesterday, right at the open, right? Is that, yeah.
That's Tuesday again.
Tuesday, 8:20, they slam it down, comes all the way back. Slam it down again this morning, come down and test, and it's all the way back again.
Yeah.
So gold, bottom line, looks like it still wants higher price. 1315 is the big number. We'll see whether it can get into that number. Market's going south, folks. Dow's down 215, Nasdaq is up 1, S&P's are down 11.5. We'll come right back.
Has the current market volatility continued to stop you out of trades when the market spikes against you? Now is the perfect time to open up an account with Nadex. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a brand new, completely regulated Chicago-based exchange, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their completely free trading platform, which also features real-time charts and full customization capability. One of the advantages of trading with Nadex in volatile markets is that your risk is always capped and you have the ability of keeping your trades open even when the market spikes against you. Nadex is completely brand new with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com. Or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors. No matter what kind of trader you are, 2018 is a great time to try out a subscription to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report. Whether you just plan on diversifying your portfolio with some exposure to gold and gold mining equities, or you're a gold bull that sees 2018 as the year of commodities, now is a great time to sign up for the Gold Report. Tom O'Brien publishes his Gold Report every Monday morning before the market opens and covers a variety of topics including gold, silver, platinum, copper, the XAU and HUI, the dollar, bonds, South African rand, as well as more than 20 of the most actively traded mining equities. Start your 2018 off with a bang and sign up for the Gold Report today. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. For all the details and to start your subscription right now, visit the front page of TFNN.com and you'll find the Gold Report under Investment Newsletters. David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. Dow right now is down 214. You get the Nasdaq flat. S&Ps are down 11. Let's go inside that Dow and see what's moving that baby around.
What's Bowen doing?
Yeah, exactly.
Ah, they're not even up there. You got Goldman Sachs, Caterpillar. Okay, go ahead. Yeah, I was looking for Bowen being.
Oh, he'll be there. There it is. Look at that. See, it wasn't the percentage moves versus the point.
Yep.
So Boeing's putting 31 negative points in. You got Goldman putting 30. Caterpillar's putting 19. Travelers is putting 14. You only have 2 equities that are in the positive, Microsoft and Pfizer. Pfizer just barely.
Yeah.
If we do go over to Goldman, Goldman, you know, was the canary in the coal mine inside the financials. And it's really intriguing, like, what's really coming down. And when I say canary in the coal mine, you know, we were watching how it failed the breakout after a year and a half. And the breakout I'm talking about is from the highs of 2007, $250. We had 227 million shares up there. It took it out with all of 65 million, 90 million, goes higher with 80 million, 62 million was the high, and then what does it do? It comes off the first high with 76, gets below it, sets up that you can get a test to the 172 area, 224 right now, and that's the highs with lows.
Yep.
And now that's the longer term. If we go closer, watch this when you go closer. This is pretty intense. The February 6th number, February 9th, February 6th, that's $239, $239. And that's the high volume low across the markets, folks, that the market's been trying to get to, the S&P's trying to get to. This took it apart, and now it just took apart the next swing low on Monday. The next swing low on Goldman was 227.
Yeah.
You know, you had volume there of 4.5. We took that out with 5.3, you know. So Goldman itself is basically saying that, hey, listen, you know, and I can see Goldman is a trading shop anyway, you know. So bottom line is that maybe they have a little more paper than the other banks, but guess what? You go over to Morgan Stanley, which their business really is the wealth management business. $18 billion is their wealth management, $18 billion is institutional. And they still did. They broke that low too.
Yeah.
You know. So that's. Let's go to the XL. Well, I know I want to go to Berkshire Hathaway, BRK, because Berkshire actually was a canary in the coal mine too. Yeah. Look at so Berkshire, the low it was going after is 189, and we hit 188 on Monday.
Tuesday.
Thanks.
Yep.
And we hit that with volume. You know. So we'll see where that baby's going to go, but that doesn't. And the banks are going to be cut loose with that Volcaro. The banks are going to cut loose again to trade.
Yeah.
So that's going to be a disaster in a longer period of time. It won't be a disaster at the beginning because I'm sure they'll be more careful at the beginning. But guess what? Give them another 4 or 5 years.
Right? I know.
You know what the amazing part is to me is that, like, we all went through this. No one got penalized inside the bank except for money, but that's just overhead.
Yep.
And then it starts all over again.
Time heals everything. I
Yeah.
joke. You know,
it's
you give it 10 years and you forget why things were put in place in the beginning. So.
What blows my mind is that people sticking up for the banks. Because if I've learned anything, I particularly learned it, I've seen 3 crashes, but in the last crash, I can really see how there's plenty of people that got hurt because of what the banks did, that these people didn't do anything. Meaning, and I'm not talking about, what happens is that there's plenty of people that took mortgages out that were fraudulent. Okay, they shouldn't have. It's just not the banks.
Sure.
But there's plenty of communities that people were just working, and because the whole rest of the community crashed, they got hurt too, and that isn't how it's supposed to go, man.
Well, it creates huge swings. It creates euphoric highs and disastrous lows. So that's what and so many people didn't take part in those euphoric highs. As in, you have people flipping properties left and right. You're just in the middle of it with a house.
Right.
And then things collapse. Right. You know.
And then they get hurt.
Right. No, that's my point.
Yeah. Right. Which is and that's why you want regulation, folks. That's the bottom line. And a couple of our targets are saying, yeah, it's by design. I agree. I mean, it is by design. We know that,
they're in there making record profits.
Right.
And with that, rules are still getting loosened. I mean, they're making record profits, man. It's a dangerous game, so we'll see what happens.
They're making record profits? I didn't know that.
Oh, I know.
Oh.
Yeah, times are tough. We got to loosen it up, man.
Yeah, I thought, I mean, when this whole thing was going on, I thought it was bad. They had too much compliance cost.
Rhetoric versus reality. We'll see what happens.
God. Let's go take a look at the silver market out here. So silver has stayed inside the higher range. Now we just need a nice sign of strength. We're at $16.55. And this afternoon too, folks, we got our man Rob McEwen coming on. 3 o'clock.
Interesting, right?
Yeah.
You're going to kick off the program, baby.
We're going to kick off the program with Rob. We go back to silver for a second. Silver's $16.55, and now this is in a range good too, man. We'll see. Bottom line is that we'll see if we can get a sign of strength. If we go over to McEwen Mining, MUX, Rob will be on at at 6 past 3, right at the beginning of the program. That's trading at 227 right now. And they just did a $50 million note deal to finish construction at their Gold Bar mine in Nevada. So we'll see what Rob has to say about.
He's obviously a bright guy, to put it lightly. So I'll be listening to that, see what he has to say about his company and just the market in general, for sure.
And we'll see what is. I just want to see what he owns, because
he owns it all. No.
Yeah. 23.4%, 23.5%.
Quite a number. I mean, for sure. 80 million shares of it.
Yeah. Oh, look at that. Last change, 525.
Yeah, he hasn't done anything. That's 17.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. He's holding tight.
And and in this case, what I really want to find out too is that why is there a 19.44% short
you were telling me about it before the show. I'm interested myself, and that's where I'm sure he understands that number, man. And to hear from the CEO and somebody who owns almost 25% of the company, what their take is. I'm interested. Yeah.
Right. And we'll see where it shakes out.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah, big time. So we got a little acceleration happening here. Particularly, the Nasdaq was hanging tight, and that baby just took the next leg down.
Every day is a different story, man.
Yeah.
Tuesday down 400. Yesterday up 300. Today down 250 so far.
Yeah.
Get on that roller coaster, man.
I just sent a couple life jackets out to Larry.
Okay.
Yeah, for his boat ride. But bottom line is that that 30-year bond, the 10-year note, these look to me like they're going to be monster ABC ups.
Okay.
You know, this was an incredibly fast move, man.
Oh, I mean, yields, right? Going from, what, like 310 to 285 practically? I mean, just...
Yeah.
Yeah, 311. And what are we sitting at now? 282?
2.8.
Wow.
Right.
Yeah.
Pretty amazing.
It is.
And Italy is that 2.8. Now, this is where this is not going to end.
Where do you want your money? Italy for 2.8 or the U.S. for 2.8, right?
Seriously, man.
Yeah.
Okay, and that just went down. That's what's so bizarre about this. I mean, that was at 3.
Yep.
Oh yeah, there was 3.11.
Yes.
3.13 was.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty amazing.
Yep.
Stay right there, folks. Tommy and I are coming right back. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. We have the Dow down 270, Nasdaq's off 22, S&P's down 17. Come right back.
Are China A-shares hot or not? If you trade China A-shares, now may be time to take a closer look. Trade CHAU or CHAD, Directions Daily CSI 300 China A-share Bull and Bear ETFs. China A-shares in either direction. Visit directioninvestments.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
I'm certain you are or strive to be one of the best at everything you do in life. It's the most common trait that we tigers and tigresses share. If you're looking to become the best of the best when it comes to managing your money, let me teach you to do what most wealth managers tell you can't be done, which is how to time the markets. I'm Steve Rhodes, author of Mastering Probability, and for the last 12 months, Timer Digest has been tracking my newsletter signals, which have earned me the ranking as their #1 market timer in the nation for the S&P 500 for the last 12, 6, and 3 months. Timer Digest also ranks me as the #1 market timer for gold as well. The fact is, markets can be timed, and I'll teach you the exact set of tools that I use that has transformed me into one of the best at what I do. Sign up for Mastering Probability today by clicking on the newsletter tab on the homepage of TFNN.com and get immediate access to workshops where I take you step by step how to use an extraordinary set of tools as well as provide great market calls too. Sign up today.
TFNN has put together the finest programming lineup each trading day, featuring some of the most knowledgeable and respected financial minds in the nation to educate traders and investors. On Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, we broadcast 8 hours a day, starting at 9 a.m. as Larry Pesavento kicks us off with Trade What You See. Tuesdays and Thursdays, we broadcast 11 hours. Get an early and healthy start to your day as Nico and Paige bring you Living a Primal Lifestyle. Then catch Andy Hecht at 5 p.m. with the Commodities Hour, following the Tom O'Brien Show. Swim lessons from TD Ameritrade Thinkorswim is now at 11 a.m., followed by Basil Chapman at 12 noon. See the TFNN program lineup via the link on the front page of TFNN.com to get a complete overview of our TFNN shows and hosts. And keep TFNN's Tiger TV tuned in on your mobile device, PC, or Mac for the latest financial news and information throughout the broadcasting day. TFNN.com, educating investors. Learn how to trade options with swim lessons. Brought to you by TD Ameritrade Thinkorswim. Next on TFNN.
Welcome back, folks. Let's go back over to that natural gas, see where we're at with natural gas.
Yeah, so just kind of hanging pretty much, right? We spiked to 298 right on that news at 10:30. We're now at 10:54, about 25 minutes into the trading action, and quite a little tight trading range that it's had up there. But either way, that volatility trade was going to cost us about 2.5 pennies or $25, and we've just kind of been sitting at about break even if you had made that trade for both sides of it. We had talked about if you made one leg of that trade, it was only going to cost you about 1.5 pennies if you were bullish. But yeah, intriguing and not too surprising of a number, so pretty much in line with what you expect, as in nothing crazy. But yeah, and if you had made that 12 o'clock, you'd still have an hour there. So maybe you know, if you're a momentum trader, you say, if it didn't make the run now, maybe it's going to pull back a bit. You could close out your bullish trade, cover your investment, and look for it to trade below 295, and you'd have value anywhere there. There's a lot of ways to trade it, right?
I like that because time-wise, just the news is out. It's like, okay.
And especially when you look back to Tuesday, man. I mean, check out if you could ever get some similar action to the downside. I mean, we're kind of bumping up against this level here, so you could be biased to the negative side if you don't get a thrust, which we really haven't.
Totally.
Definitely.
And the market itself, you know, you got
a little bit of an acceleration
here.
A
little acceleration.
What's happening?
Bottom line is that, well, you know, percentage-wise, let's see what we got. You got the Dow right now down 1%. Nasdaq is only down 0.2. S&P is down 0.4. But as our man, Mr. Basil Chapman, would say, it's early in the day.
It is early in the day, man. Basil's still got a full hour to get warmed up for his program.
That's right.
Early in the day.
If we take a look at gold's catching a bid, man. You know, it needs a lot more. There's no doubt about that. But 1308.
You have volatility everywhere, man. Oil, gold, bonds, market.
Totally. Stay right there, folks. We got swim lessons coming up next. Then we got our man, Mr. Basil Chapman, Steve Rhodes, Dave White. I'll be back, as well as Andy this afternoon. Thanks, pal.
Thanks, man.
Wow! Look at him, folks.
Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns, as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com.